evening. This is the Zoning Board of Appeals regular meeting for July 27th, 2020. I call this meeting to order. Marcia, may we please have the roll?
Lisa Bettis Cooper. Pat Gaston.
Here.
Larry Heinig.
Here.
Sarah McHugh.
Here.
Dave Miller.
Here.
Tom Stegman.
Here.
Steve Runkle.
Here. This time I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Mr. Chairman, this is Larry. I move that the agenda be approved as written.
A second.
It's been moved and second. The approval of the agenda has been approved. Marcia, may we have the roll?
Gaston.
Yes.
Heinig.
Yes.
McHugh.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Stegman.
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes. Brings us to item number 4, approval of the meeting minutes for June 22nd, 2020. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes for June 22nd, 2020.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of whatever you said. I don't know. What was the date?
For 22nd.
Okay. June 22nd.
I second.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia, may we have the roll?
Heinig.
Yes.
McHugh.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Stegman.
Yes.
Gaston.
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes. This time, interested citizens in the audience will be heard on items that are not on the agenda. If you have something that you want to talk about that is not on the agenda, now is your time to call. Public can communicate with the Zoning Board of Appeals over the phone by calling 269-637-0777. Calls will be taken in order in which they are received. And we ask that you please have your broadcast volume turned down prior to making the call.
Someone does have something on in the background, so if they could either mute themselves when they're not talking, it'd be helpful.
It appears that we have no comments tonight, which brings us to item number 6, 823 Superior Street, dimensional zoning variance.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
Larry.
Heinig?
Larry Heinig here. The Lindstroms are neighbors of mine, just 3 doors down. I don't believe this item has any effect on the value of my property, but just out of abundance of caution, I would recuse myself from any further discussion or voting on this matter.
We recognize Larry Hennig recusing himself from this voting on this matter. So we're at 823 Superior Street requesting a zoning variance. Mr. Robert Lindstrom of 823 Superior Street has submitted an application for zoning variance based upon a dimensional hardship that presently regulates the minimum side yard setback for any principal structure at 8 feet per section 403.2 of the city's zoning, South Haven zoning ordinance. The parcel resides within the R1B single-family residential zoning district. The Lindstrom seeking relief from the section to allow a 4-foot minimum setback with parcel number for this reference address is 80-53-410-010-01. And is Mr. Lindstrom with us this evening? Hello, Mr. Lindstrom?
Yes.
Okay. Would you please explain what you're asking for here?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to address the zoning board of appeals. My wife Rebecca and I have been owners at 823 Superior Street for 20 years as of last month. We're the second owners of this house after Mike and Leon Lixiak built the house in 1949. We're hoping to retire here, and after 20 years of parking outside on the driveway, we've begun planning now the construction of a two-car garage to replace the small one-car garage that is currently affixed to the house. We're working with architect Rob Ferguson of Progressive AE in Grand Rapids. Because of the layout of the house on the property, we're requesting a dimensional variance, a setback of 4 feet instead of the 8 feet on the east side of the property. We would still have a 23-foot setback on the west side yard, getting a 27-foot total setback is required. We believe the new garage would be a significant improvement to our house and attractive as a residential in our neighborhood. We also believe that the 4-foot variance would give us a dimensionally sufficient two-stall garage with the variance approval. Thank you for this consideration.
This will be a one-story garage that you're proposing?
It will be.
Your current garage is rather small. I drove by there and was looking at it. I don't think you can get a car in that, can you?
You know, my wife, if she's very careful, can get our RAV4 in. But that's a very careful parking and extraction job.
I believe it. Is there anybody on the board that would like to ask Mr. Lindstrom any questions?
I would like to ask a question.
Pat Gaston?
Okay, looking at the drawing, it seems to not quite, but mostly match the roof line of the house, which makes me think that it will also be living space above the garage for the house. I mean, so it looks like, just from the drawing, that it's more than just a two-car garage with a regular garage height. Can you address the height thing?
The idea is to have a little bit of storage above and to have a roof line that is attractive and matching the roof line of the existing house. Simply looking at the ability to perhaps have a storage area above the car parking area, but it won't be a room. It'll be a small area.
Will it be accessible with that second story or whatever that be accessible from the house?
It will not. The garage is actually set back quite far in the existing layout. We're working with the existing layout so that we can keep the living room window on the east side of the property. So actually it will not be accessible from the interior of the house at all.
That's what, when I kind of looked at that upstairs, it looks like maybe there's a bed. Do you have a bedrooms upstairs or something?
Yeah, we have a dormer in the back, so there's actually 2 bedrooms and a bath upstairs.
Right. So
Again,
that's when I thought, when I
The
looked
actual,
at the drawing where it showed just the front drawing, it looked like the roof went to the point where you would probably be able to also have you know, if you're covering up that window upstairs, then I thought, you know, then you're going to make living space up there too. So it's more than just a garage.
no, the garage is actually removed. It's further back from that window. That window will not be lost. And there is no heat or anything else in the garage area.
Okay, because I didn't see a drawing of that, I didn't see a plan where I saw that it was set back. You know, I just saw a front elevation, so it just looked like a flat.
Yeah, from the front view, which would be the south side view, it probably looks flat, but it actually is settled way back to where the existing garage is now, and that is well behind both the living room window and the upstairs window.
Okay, thank you for that information.
Yeah, and I believe there was one layout that was kind of looking at it from above that showed how far back that garage was in the attached documents that we submitted.
Oh, right.
I couldn't find it here in my paperwork.
Yeah, so Pat, your concern was that the front of the garage is going to be even with the front of the house, is that correct?
Well, my concern was that, you know, when I first looked it all over, I thought, oh, this is just a 16-foot garage, 16-foot tall, and it's just a garage and 4 feet. But then when I then I looked at it more, this is an addition to the house, a living part of the house addition, then it makes me think about granting a variance into the setback for an addition to the house.
Right, yeah, that's understood. So, Mr. Lindstrom, the front of the garage is going to be basically where your old garage is sitting. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah, in our packet, it says page 16 of 125. It shows the top view looking down.
Okay,
You've got the blue of where the house is and the green of where the garage is. So that's where it shows that it'll be set back where it is now.
Are there any other questions on this matter? And we do have the architect online, is that correct? Well, Mr. Lindstrom, we appreciate your input on this. We are going to talk to your architect right now, and you're able to hear us online, is that correct?
I am, and I thank you for your consideration. I'm delighted to turn it over to Robin.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Lindstrom.
Thank you.
Oh, and this is the architect for the Lindstrom property?
Yes, good evening. This is Robert Ferguson, architect.
Okay.
of Lindstrom.
All right. So I don't know if you heard our discussion prior to talking to you, but
Yes.
we just want to make sure that the front of the garage is not going to be with the front of the house, that it remains set back where it is right now. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. In terms of the proposed garage is just about where the existing garage is.
Right, right.
The roof slopes do match each other, but they would technically infeasible to gain access sort of door
Right.
from the existing house into this space that's above, as it's currently.
Right. Is there anybody on the board that would like to ask the architect any questions? Seeing none. Yeah, I think between you and Mr. Lindstrom, you've covered this pretty well. And I driving by that property, I can see where it's needing a bigger garage. That's for sure. And the setback on that, if it wasn't attached, it would be a 3-foot setback. But being part of the house, we're needing an 8-foot setback. And I don't know. I scratch my head every time I hear that, but I think everything's in order. Is there and no other comments? I would entertain a motion.
I motion to to allow the Lindstroms at 823 Superior Street their variance so that they can put their two-stall garage in.
Support for Dave Miller.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia, may we please have a roll?
McHugh,
Yes?
Miller,
Yes.
Stegman,
Yes.
Gaston,
yes,
Heinig.
He's refused.
Oh, that's right. Runkel,
Yes. That's already. Well, Mr. Architect, sir, and Mr. Lindstrom, you get your new garage.
Thank you so much for your time and your consideration.
Thank
Agreed.
you. Thank you. This brings us to item number 7. Larry, are you back with us? Yeah, Larry's back.
Yes,
All righty. Brings us to item number 7, 500 Edgell Street. It's a dimensional zoning variance. We got Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Walther of 500 Edgell. They applied for a dimensional variance and non-use variance under section 2205 of the City South Haven zoning ordinance. They seek relief from section 403 R-1B area requirements regarding the minimum lot for an R-1B zone parcel. The Walters home lies on the southeast corner of Edgell and Huron Streets in the R-1B single-family zoning district. Marcia, I have a question here. Is that Edgell and Huron?
I don't know, I'm not a mapper.
That should be Edgell, Kalamazoo, isn't it?
I
Yes,
think it might be Center Street.
center. Yes, it's center. So, Marcia,
Yeah, on
if
the
we
drawing
can,
it says center.
yeah, on my agenda, it says Huron.
Mine
So
too.
they're, thank you, Dave. Walther home lies on the southeast corner of Edgell and Center Streets in an R1B single-family district. A parcel must have a minimum area of 8,400 square feet per section 403.4 to be legally confronted lot. The Walters lot is approximately 5,100 square feet in area. They are both constructing an approximately 350 square foot addition off the rear of the home. This addition does not encroach into any rear, side, or front yard setbacks. It will not exceed the height of the regulation of 35 feet. It does not exceed the maximum coverage area of the lot, which is 35% for an R1B zoned parcel. The total of the existing coverage is 24.04%, and with the addition added, the sum coverage would be 30.90%. So we have Mr. Steady. Oh, we have him online. Yep. Would you please explain what you're doing, what you're wanting to do?
Sure. First of all, thanks for meeting with us tonight. My husband and I purchased our home on Edgell in May of 2003. He was working over here and stumbled across the home. We purchased it with the idea that we would be moving into it when we retire, which we finally were able to do. And we just finished doing the LLC transfer yesterday at or actually today, and are in the process of putting it back into the Walther Family Trust account with a quit claim deed done by our attorney and everything. So what we would like to do is do an addition out the rear of the home. We understand that we are locked with our variances around the north and the west side of the home. And we are looking at putting on a 2-story addition to the back side of the home.
Okay. Yeah, that neighborhood, all of those lots are rather small in that neighborhood.
Yes, they are. 50 by 102, I believe.
Yeah.
And
And the addition's not going to be encroaching on any of the other property lines.
that's correct.
It'll be going to the south between the house and the garage.
That is correct.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay.
And so there's been a deck out there. We had a tree removed, and we are hoping, we just moved from our home. We sold our home in one day, and the home that we were in for 34 years. So we figured that we're hoping that this will be our new and exciting retirement start for us and my 8 grandchildren along with my children.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And you can believe me, when they're 17 down to 4, they love Lake Michigan.
I believe it. I believe it. Now, is this addition going to connect the house and garage?
No, it's not. It has approximately 12 feet from where the addition would end to the garage.
Okay.
With the addition, it would only be on half of the lot that's in the back, because obviously the other portion to the west of the garage, I want to have as yard to have some fun activities, like cornhole and stuff out there.
Sure. Anybody on the
Between
board?
the back of the house and the front of the garage is 22 feet 4
Right.
inches. So even with a 10-foot, it would still leave 12 foot for it, give or take.
Right. Absolutely. Anybody else on the board would like to ask Mr. or Ms. Walters any questions?
Well, this is not a question, but just a comment, I guess, and really not for them. You know, they're kind of stuck. They have what is normally a lot size in an R1A, you know, a 50-foot lot size, but they're in a zone of R1B, which kind of restricts them. I mean, they have a small lot in an area where there's more restrictions and wider setbacks, and you know, a lot of things they have to live with, but they still have a 50-foot lot. So I certainly see where they have a dilemma there. So I don't have any problem with this. I don't, you know, unfortunately, I don't have it all the stuff in front of me, and I can't remember exactly what dimension they wanted to change. Maybe Brad or whatever could tell me what dimension that was, that they were a setback, or was it a lot coverage, or what was it exactly?
It was they were actually okay for lot coverage in both R1A and R1B.
Right.
They were okay in setbacks for either district as well. What was hampering them from constructing this is that the area of the lot was too small, because they did not 1,400 square foot minimum that's required in R1B. They only have 5,100 square foot lot.
Right. So they're right. So automatically, because they're an R1B and they don't have like 86 or whatever it's supposed to have, 8,200 square feet. Okay. But okay. So those are just my comments. They're not, you know.
Okay.
I have a question. I'm looking on the drawing here. Is the drawing that you provided, oops, hang on. So I'm looking at the drawing, and so I see the 22 foot between the garage and the house. So, but I'm not seeing the old footprint of your current house and what will be the new footprint. So, that's what I was curious about, because I actually live down the street for you. I live on the corner of Center and Superior, and I drove down there, and there aren't a lot of homes that are 2-story. There are most of them have dormers on the back, etc. Or a lot of them are single story. So I of course want you to spend time with your family. Absolutely. I'm just looking at the aesthetics of the community that surrounds you, and how you're going to go to the rear. And I'm not seeing that in your drawing here.
Okay, well, approximately, if you are the length of our house, I believe, is 26 foot wide, or from east-west.
Yes. Yeah.
And we were going to propose going out 10 feet. North-south. No, what? North-south is, at the rear of the... 25 feet. Yeah, 25, I say, 20, okay. Right. So it's 26 across this way. What I'm saying, east west is 26 across. Correct?
Okay.
Is that what it says? Yeah. Okay. So we were looking at putting in a 10-foot addition out the back side.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
260. Right, 260 or so, right around there. I know we can go up according to what the dimensions say, up to 304 square feet or something like that. And we're looking at somewhere between the 260 to 280, something like that at the most.
Okay. Very good. Thank you for clarifying for me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
No problem. Any other questions or comments from the board? I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, Larry here. I move approval of the request for variance at 500 Edgell Street.
I support.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia, may we please have the roll?
Miller,
Yes.
Stegman,
Yes.
Gaston,
Yes,
Heinig,
Yes.
McHugh,
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes. All righty, Mr. Walters, Mrs. Walters, it's been a pleasure talking with you. You got your variance, and good luck with your
So
retirement.
much.
Good luck with
Thank
your
you so
retirement
much.
and your grandkids.
Oh, thank you so much. Believe me, I've been looking forward to this move for 17 years.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again. Thank you, Bradley.
Yes.
This brings us to item number 883 LaGrange Street, requesting a dimensional variance. This is kind of a tricky one. Brad, would you like to help us out on this?
Yes, this property, it's a very tricky one. This property really originally contained 4 very unusually shaped parcels. The homeowner combined 2 of the parcels that actually lie inside of a ravine at the far edge of the property, and the remaining 2 parcels, the one that's closest to the street contains the house, and a landlocked triangular shaped parcel lies in the back, and that one contains the garage. Technically, a garage cannot sit by itself on a parcel. However, if you look at the overall layout of the property as a whole, that's the only logical place to put a garage, and assuming that's why it was installed that way years ago. The Keiths have proposed to construct another accessory structure on the location of where there's a small garden shed in between the home and the garage currently. There is a property line that runs right through that location, and therefore the construction of this new structure would have to be sitting right on top of it. The simplest, easiest way to solve this situation would be just to combine those 2 parcels. They have been working with the city and the county and the state of Michigan for the last 12 months trying to get those 2 parcels combined. However, lot, I believe 44, which is the triangular parcel in the back where the garage resides, that parcel actually lies in a separate platted section. So it cannot by law be combined with another section in any other parcel in another section. So they have been prevented by state regulation. They cannot combine those 2 lots together, which hinders them from constructing this new accessory structure. You would think, okay, well, is there any potential use of any other area on the back towards the ravine? And because of the topographical situation back there, as you see on the survey, there is no area there as well that they can fit this parcel there. So they're asking for a variance to be able to construct this structure on these 2 lots, straddling that line as the only logical solution to build this building there. And the Keiths, I'm sure that they are on the line and would be happy to discuss it any further. But that's a real basic background of what we've been going through the last few months with them.
Mr. Keith, are you with us?
Mr. Keith?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you've had quite some time with this proposed garage, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm online right now watching. I must not be in sync there. Brad is talking right now.
Yes, there is a, Mr. Keith, there actually is a 30 to 60 second delay between the broadcast time and the telephone here. So
Okay, so do I want to mute the
I would
the
mute it,
broadcast?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
would
would mute
okay,
it.
great. All right, thanks. That's done.
All righty. So how long have you lived at this residence?
We've been here approximately 5 years, and my wife and I have bought it and remodeling it to retire here.
Right. Okay. So you're relatively new to the lot. And are you all 4 of these lots? Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. When we purchased the property, lots 14 and 15 were already combined into one parcel at the time of purchase. And then we had the land lots at lot 44, and then lot 13, which the house is on.
Right.
And if you look at, I don't know what drawings that Brad included, but if you look at the survey where I've included, we have a creek that meanders along the back side of the properties, and then heads out across LaGrange and heads west towards Lake Michigan. And there's probably a 25-foot fall off. And the drawing I have is probably not to scale, but it limits the amount of high ground that's available for construction.
Right.
Most of lot 14 is that is high ground or that section of lot 14, which is high ground, it's actually side yard. And I would say almost all, if not all, of lot 15 is either fall off or down in the creek bed area.
You can't very well put your garage in the creek.
Yes, and what we're proposing is being allowed to build an accessory structure that's basically, for lot 13, but will fall over on lot 44, and it would set up next to the existing garage. The existing garage overhead doors face west, and we would also, there's going to be two overhead garage doors on the new structure. We'd also like those to face west so that they're in behind, and when you pull into the property's a little bit strange because most of the area on the south side and then in the backyard is all paved already, and it was that way when we purchased the property.
Right.
And so there would be some additional sort of a radius type addition of the asphalt or driveway. I would probably work with concrete that would then be able to enter into the overhead garages of the proposed building and accessory structure.
All righty. Just to clarify something with Brad here. If we were to allow a structure on both of these lots, and with the state arguing this one with lot 44, would that cause a problem?
No. Okay. No, that's just for taxation.
That's for the taxation purposes. Okay, I see. All right. Does anybody on the board have any questions concerning this?
Pat Gaston, I have a question again. I can't quite see this as I printed it off myself, but this building, this accessory building, seems bigger than the house. And I didn't think you could have an accessory structure bigger than the residence. But maybe I
My
can.
estimation, hi, this is Jeff. My estimation, the accessory building is 1,440 square feet, 36 by 4. The house is actually 14.7.
So what was that again?
The accessory building, 36 by 40, is 1,440 square feet. And the house, with the various dimensions, and by my calculation, comes out to 1,470.
1470?
Yes, ma'am. 14700.
which is still larger than the accessory building.
Has Brad checked those numbers or?
I have just written down what was provided on the application. He has on the application, he has 1,470.76 square feet.
Brad, I think I provided a survey to you,
Yes.
and the dimensions of the house are on there.
They are.
There's a couple of step backs, but by my calculations, it's 1470.7.
I just know that people have come before us before with accessory buildings that were larger than the residence, and I know that we.
You are correct. Yeah, you are correct, Pat, that an accessory structure building cannot be larger than the ground floor square footage of a principal structure.
So we have numbers from the homeowner that this accessory building is 30 square feet less than the house. And so where are we? So I guess it's okay, I guess. So what are you saying, Brad?
Again, I have not calculated it, broken the house into pieces to calculate it. I can do that if you would like me to give an opinion on that.
Brad's got his calculator out.
Mr. Chairman, Dave Miller here.
Yes, Mr. Miller?
I'm not familiar with that policy regarding the size of the accessory building and the sizes of the house. Are we certain that, in fact, that is the case, that there is a prohibition for a larger square footage of accessory building?
I can
There
tell
is.
you in section 1708, number 5, detached buildings and structures shall not be erected on a lot and parcel of residential. Oh no, it's somewhere else. So you can't have an accessory building.
I'll
bigger
take
than
that
a
as a yes.
Okay, Pat, I actually calculated it up. His calculations are correct. At 1,470.76 square feet. So is 30.76 square feet less than what the principal structure's ground floor square footage is.
So the original building the building was, what did he say, it's 36 by 42 or what was it?
36 by, do you mean the proposed garage?
Yes,
36 by 40, which is 1,400 square feet.
okay, okay.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Miller?
Dave Miller here. Is it within our purview to approve an accessory building that's 30 square feet, more coverage than the residence? Is it within our purview at this time, at this meeting, to do that?
Plus,
That's a good question.
That's
That would be, yeah, it would, we can make that decision, yes, Mr. Miller.
If I may, is there some confusion that the proposed accessory building, is it, do you confirm, Brad, that the proposed accessory building is 30 square feet less than the residence structure?
From what I whipped up here on my phone calculator, yes.
Good, my mistake.
But Mr. Miller, it is up to you all. Your choice.
Right.
My only question that I have for the group is on the request. It had the 24.2 by 26.1 for the garage. And then in the drawing, it just the dimensions aren't matching what he then states later. That was my only question. So is there something, because I'm looking at page 47 in my documents, which is the survey showing 26.1 by 24.2. And then if you scroll up a few pages to the request, those two pieces match. It doesn't match the 36 by 40. That was my only question, is why has it changed?
Are you talking about the other option proposed, Sarah?
I'm just looking at the original request of the 24.2 by 26.1 garage, and then what he has in his, maybe I'm reading this incorrectly. That's why I just wanted to double check.
Sarah, that's
and
actually
then-
an existing.
So it's the existing structure. Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks for
yes.
clarifying for me.
No problem.
so that's what I was wondering too, on what she just said, where it says, wherever that was, then on page, I guess I was looking at page, Exhibit H, page 51. I just see different, like something there is 42, and I'm just 16 foot tall, and I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah,
42 by 36, page 51.
Yeah, Pat, what I included in this was the Keys provided us a few months back with two potential options. The first option is to build another garage. And the second option that they had, if they couldn't combine the lots, was potentially just to expand the existing garage that they had. What he has proposed in this application for variance is to construct the new garage, the additional garage, not the expansion of the existing garage on lot 44. So I apologize for doing that. I was just trying to include everything that we received from the applicant over the course of time.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for clarifying that.
I told you all.
Yes, it's a very confusing one. Any other questions or comments? I would entertain a motion.
I motion to combine the parcels so that he is able to construct his new proposed garage, the 36 by 40.
I support.
It's been moved and supported. Now, Sarah, this is to combine the lots?
Is it,
Not technically a combination. It's in theory to combine in order to build this structure. It would
okay.
not be combined for taxation purposes.
okay. So how would you like me to reword that officially for the record?
It would allow the new garage
To
Yeah.
be constructed.
to be constructed.
Okay, so I move that we allow the new garage, the 36 by 40, to be constructed.
Support
And-
again.
883 LaGrange.
And it's been moved and supported. Marcia, may we please have the vote?
I'm a little confused about the dimensions that Sarah mentioned.
Yep.
36
I'm sorry,
5.
Sarah, for
That's
Marcia's,
3640, is it?
yes, for Marcia's sake, it probably would be best to define the size of the garage.
Okay.
The 36 by 40.
So I move to approve the new garage, 36 by 40, to move forward to approve that at 883 LaGrange.
I support it.
Moved and supported. Marcia, did you catch that this time?
Yes.
All right, can we please have a roll?
Gaston,
Oh, yes,
Heineck,
Yes.
McHugh,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Segman,
Yes.
Runkel.
Yes. Ms. Keys? Your proposed garage has been approved. Happy
Okay.
constructing.
All right. Thank you all for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Brings us to item number 9, 257 Park Avenue. And this also is a confusing one. If Mr. Brad could help us out with this one, please.
257 Park, the applicant has requested a variance, a use variance. So this, again, is a three-step process like we had talked about previously with the 337 application on Northford Drive. This applicant, we would have to make a motion to forward to the Planning Commission for review at their August 6th meeting, and then they would compose a report that they would resubmit back to the Zoning Board of Appeals for review for a final decision later on at the end of the month in August. 257 Park, the applicant, Ms. Petter, has proposed the installation of an accessory structure, that being a swimming pool, before the construction of a principal structure or a house on the property. This site she owns both parcels, 257 and the one directly behind the backyard line, which is 258 North Shore. And initially at 257 Park, through a grandfathering proposal when the zoning ordinance was adopted in 1983, the original owners of the property always used 257, which is a vacant lot, as parking space for the two cottages that sit on 258 North Shore. Ms. Petter still is continuing to use it as such. However, she has proposed the installation of the swimming pool with intention to construct a home. So that just kind of gives you a background of the general idea of that. But she is going to call in.
Hello, this is Marta. Are you there?
Yes, could you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Martha Petter, and I own 258 North Shore Drive and 257 Park Avenue. I want to thank you for letting me call in. I'm a caregiver for my mother, who's 93 and in a wheelchair, so it's good for me to be here. But thank you. So I understand there's a delay, so I put you on mute. And Brad, did you give the background?
Thank you. Yes, I gave the general background, Marta. If you kind of want to just go through it also, to give us a background of what your overall project is, and why you are requesting this use.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different from the other one. I'm not asking for any side variance or anything like that. I'm not new to South Haven. As you know, the South Haven on 98th Street in North Beach. I bought that in the 90s. It was like an old drug-infested house with trailer windows and everything. It was a duplex. I bought that and I remodeled it. It's a beautiful house now. And I lived there and rented it off and on for the summer in Shores. And then I got a job offer in Chicago, and I moved to Chicago, and I lived in Chicago. But my parents live here, so I can come back and forth for a long time. And I moved back in 2015. My parents are older, so I was helping with my parents. Anyway, I sold my condo in 2015, and I bought 258 North Shore Drive, which is Lot 5, and 257 Park Avenue. I actually had to pay $150,000 for Park Avenue. It has functioned as, it had a storage shed, it's been a parking lot, it's been also, like kind of grilling area. I think on the tax rolls it's 111.2. So it is a buildable lot, and that's how it's been. I kind of included before and after pictures of what I've done because I have worked with the city and followed all the zoning or what I should do with this property. I have spent 2 winters living there. It gets kind of quiet out there, but luckily now I have a few more neighbors. But anyway, after I did the remodel in 2015, in the winter, it had some damage to a window, and I needed to do some reconstruction on the back cottage. It's an odd property because they're right on the line. But I met with my banker, and he said, okay, we'll give you a construction loan to fix the back cottages and do a pool. And I met with Brad, and he was like, oh, yeah, you can put a pool in your backyard. Well, it wasn't until we looked at the survey we realized that the dotted line, we're all referring to it as the backyard, and it's not really a backyard. So I immediately went to my banker and said, could I get a loan to build a house back there? It's buildable, it's always been buildable, it's been kind of an idea, and he said, yes. So I proceeded to design, put together, to build a house, and I'm going to jump forward to my background from 2020. I don't know the slide, probably 7 for you all. And I'm going to fill in some of this here. On March 11th, I met with Bradley and Kate, and I went through the plans of what we were thinking about because there was some talk in town about it. And from what we looked at, I satisfied all the zoning ordinance and everything there. So I said, okay, I will go ahead and I'll proceed as quickly as possible. I'll get the architect to finalize the plans and do the mechanicals and all that, and then get going. And that was on March 11th. On March 14th, Vacation Rental Site Owner, which is the website I did my rentals through, sent an email to all renters saying, you can cancel your reservations and get your money back due to COVID-19. And I had a delivery of over $60,000 of rentals that canceled and came out of my construction, out of my loan and my construction. So things get crazy as everyone knows. Some of you have I think, Brad, you sent the final plan that I looked at with my architect in 2018. And then on March 23rd, we got shut down, and we were told nothing can happen, and that's it. So we just sat idle until May 7th. And May 7th, I got everything going, and I finished the back cottages and got them done. However, I don't know if you mentioned this, Brad, because I had it on mute, but the pool was delivered in February because I thought we were going ahead, and then I had to kind of think. So it's sitting there, and I'm putting Clorox cubes in it every week to kind of keep it. And I'm trying to satisfy everything that I need to do in the property, and we've done all that. I've, from May 7th to June 12th, I moved all my air conditioners in my front 258 North Shore Drive out of the driveway so that we can put more cars up there. I've added, and in the last couple of years, I've added landscaping and berms, and I'm really trying to be a nice property. I think I've done nice improvements to it. So then all this has happened, and I basically ran into, I don't have the money to complete the house this year. I've done what I've done so far, and I'm just asking if I could have a forbearance for up to 2 years so that I can complete the house and the pool, but I'd like to get it just sitting there. So if anybody wants to talk through the plans, it's going to look much like my 90 Avery Street house, and one of the things I've satisfied is I've added parking under it, so it's concealed from all the neighbors, and I planned on it doing kind of a shingle house in the dark brown that I have the rest of the house, but maybe, I don't know. But, that's how I planned it. I satisfied all of the side yards. I satisfied everything I want to do. I just want to see if I can get it all done in a little more time than I planned to this 19. So trying to make that really quick and easy. So one of the things that I don't know, Brad, that you mentioned, but I'm really asking you for 2 years to get it constructed. I know my neighbors, people take that long to construct houses. If I can have 2 years, and if it doesn't happen, I can combine the lots and put the pool anyway. But I didn't really want to combine it because I paid for the lot. It's a buildable lot, and it's got a value to me. So that's where I am on it. So questions?
You've got a swimming pool sitting on a vacant lot right at this moment. Is that correct?
Right, I do. And I did talk to Brad. I can get it moved off, but it's like we were ready to put it in, and then it's like, okay, we can't do it until we get something going on. So, yeah. So the pool was, when we were going to do the construction on the house, it was all like, okay, we can get everything going as long as we get the house started by May, we can get the pool in June, and that, but it's just like nothing's going to happen that fast. So, and who expected any of this to happen? So.
Well, the ordinance is pretty clear that you cannot have a pool on a lot without a house. I understand you're wanting to build a house, but 2 years down the road, that's a long time, and that pool
would you give me a year?
That pool would have to be removed off that lot, as far as I'm concerned, until a house is built. Anybody on the board have any?
I have again a question actually of Brad. Why I can't figure out why this is under, you know, as Steve just said, it's in the regular zoning. It's pretty clear that you can't put in an accessory anything before a house. I'm just curious why this is under a use. This is under the use category, which is really so much more lengthy and involved. My question, I guess, is to Brad first.
The reason it's a use variance versus any other sort of variance is due to the fact that it would be used as an accessory lot only at this point. Not, you know what I mean? There will not be a residential use on site to allow an accessory swimming pool to take place. So its primary use function on site at this time would be for swimming. And you know, so that's
okay.
It's not a dimensional thing. It's not has to do with, you know, putting on a front porch or something like that and meeting setback regulations.
So actually,
the only other function,
so if we pass this to just be a use for a pool, there would never have to be a house.
No, there would. Under the zoning, right?
Well, I mean, he's saying we're asking you to give a variance for a use, and the use of the parcel would be for swimming.
I think what the applicant is saying at this time, Pat, is that she's asking for the variance to put this use in this period of time in order to put in a home at a later date. How you all work that out is, you know, amongst yourselves, but that's primarily what's being sought at this moment. So,
and I guess I would have to go with Steve Runco here. It's pretty clear, and I know there's, you know, circumstances and all that kind of stuff, but it's pretty clear that you can't put in an accessory thing without. I've had lots, and I couldn't put a garage before I could put a house. You can't put things on the lot before you put the house. So I would kind of, to me, that's clear.
I understand that, and I wanted to build the house, and I just run into this issue. So, okay, so what ends up happening then? The alternative is you just combine the lots and you put the pool in, and then you don't ever get the value or the house on the lot. So that's what it does. Okay. I'm hearing your side too.
I just want to reiterate, though, to everyone that we are not going to be making a decision say, it does have to go to planning commission first before we make a decision, so, but of course, you are entitled to speak
Right,
with the applicant right now.
right. So as Brad
Okay,
mentioned, the zoning board of appeals will not decide at this time in accordance to section 2206.1. There's a three-step process for the use variance per City of South Haven zoning ordinance. The zoning board of appeals will hear the applicant's request, which we have, during the public hearing of this application. And we will refer the application to the planning commission for review, primarily to determine whether this case is significant enough to justify amending the zoning ordinance to allow for this land use because of the number of similar requests. The planning commission, August 6th, will then hear the applicant's request and discuss amongst the commission to determine if this is a significant reason to amend the zoning ordinance, and the planning commission will then write a report of their findings and opinions to the zoning board of appeals for action. At that time, the zoning board of appeals will then hold a second public hearing on the application, and after thorough review, consideration, and study of the planning commission's report and recommendations, make a final determination to approve with conditions or deny the applicant's request. That's where we stand right now. So,
The question that I have, if
yes,
I may,
Sarah?
is I know currently you're with the rental, so if you're going to put a pool in there and if you're using that for parking, where are people going to park? Because it looks like one rental unit's going to be roughly 10 to 12 people and the other one's going to be roughly 5. So where do you plan on putting all those people that were using that space to park?
So I have parking underneath the house for 5, which you could actually be 10 because it's deep enough that you could do cars behind each other like they do all up and down North Shore Drive. And then I have 3 spaces. So I have satisfied parking for this house and the house in the front.
Okay. Because
So
it's so hard to look at those drawings and calculate how parking is, because with my rental, I had to add a whole nother driveway to accommodate parking. So that's what I was looking at was, looking towards the future, if and when you're able to build your next home, how would you accommodate the parking in your present 2 homes and as well as the additional?
Yeah, so this home actually has, it has 5 underneath there and 1 underneath on the end, so that's 6, but you could double park it, and then I have 2 more in the front.
Okay,
So,
great.
Yeah, so I did, so I did, that's why I put them underneath because then they can feel. So,
Okay.
like with the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying for me.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking.
So, any other comments?
What is this a public? Were people able to call in tonight or not?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes. We'll open the public hearing. I'll entertain a motion to open a public hearing on this matter.
I'll motion to open the public hearing.
So then do I hang up so people can call in, or do I have to stay to answer questions?
No, Marta, I will hang up with you here after the motion passes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Did I have a second?
I'll support the motion.
All right, it's been moved and supported. Marcia, may we have the roll, please?
McHugh? Miller?
Here.
Yes, for McHugh.
Yes.
Sorry.
Stegman?
He's muted.
He's muted. He said yes.
You're muted, Tom.
Tom? Gaston?
Yes.
Heinig?
Yes.
Runkle?
Yes. Been moved and supported that the public hearing be open. This is a public hearing designated to receive comments on the above subject. Only comments regarding the subject of this hearing will be accepted at this time. All persons wishing to comment shall be given an opportunity. Any person wishing to speak shall be recognized by the chairperson. The person shall stand if able. Be recognized by the chairperson, state their name and address, and make comments directly to the chairperson. Any questions shall be directed to the chairperson. Each person shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Everyone shall have an opportunity to speak before someone is allowed to speak a second time. Persons desiring to make comments are requested to be brief to the comments on matters relevant to the subject under consideration. The chairperson has the discretion to request a person to conclude comments that are irrelevant, repetitious of comments made by others, or in excess of time limits. Once all public comments have been received, or if at any time during the hearing a ZBA member feels no other relevant or non-repetitious comments are being made or presented, a motion to close the public hearing may be made, or the chairperson may advise that such motion be entertained.
Thank you, Marta.
So we are now open public hearing on this matter. Good evening. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Julia Wood. My address is 234 North Shore Drive.
Julia, could you please turn down the volume in the background?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I'm working at it.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yep, we're ready
Yes.
when you are.
You may continue.
Oh, okay. It has been difficult to hear all of it on the television, and I have two concerns. One is the parking for the 3 rental structures that are located on North Shore Drive. I know it was mentioned that there is parking on the home property. However, that has not been utilized in the last several years and is used more for bike storage and for space, actually, for the guests to use. And then my other concern would be if the home would ever be built.
Is that all?
Yes.
Thank you very much for your comments. Next caller, please.
Hello,
Hello, and please state your name and address for the record, please.
my name is Kate Brookie. I live at 250 North Shore Drive.
Okay. What comments, please?
I'd like to start by thanking the members of the zoning board. Your careful attention is very much appreciated. I also appreciate the City of South Haven's 2017 Master Plan Goals and Objectives, which are available for review on the city website. In particular, it has a stated goal that was important to me. That is, it is to maintain community character with best quality of life for future and current residents, end quote. Ms. Petter is not a resident of South Haven. She is not of 258 North Shore Drive. Her application for a variance based upon a youth hardship due to COVID-19, in my opinion, is weak and unfounded at best and demeaning and disrespectful at worst. Hardship has been endured by many people during these trying times. This case does not present as a COVID-19 hardship, in my opinion. And as most of us know, on May 7th, 81 days ago, almost 3 months ago, construction workers in Michigan were back on work sites. Absolutely no action has been taken to build a home on 257 Park Avenue. There is a stock photo of a pool that was on her rental website, and there's an artist rendition front of all of you now of a home, these are not approved site plans. I'd like for the committee to please consider removal of the pool, a mosquito breeding ground, an eyesore, and a nuisance. Please consider denying the zoning variance request. And members of the Zoning Board of Appeals, please maintain our residential community character with the best quality of life for future and current residents in this beautiful area that we call home. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next caller, please. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, this is Tom Lefevre. My wife and I, Jennifer, live at 251 Park Avenue, which is directly south of the subject parcel. Thank you for the opportunity to talk with you. I sent a detailed letter outlining various reasons the zoning variance request should be denied, and that was distributed by the zoning administrator this morning, and I trust you have all read it and will take it into consideration when it is voted upon. In respect of everyone's time, I will not read or go into the detail that the letter does provide, but I do want to highlight some of the points. You also have a letter from Mr. Gordon Miller on record of objecting to the variance request. Gordon and Barb Miller are our next door neighbors immediately to the south, and he points out in his letter the inappropriateness of a multi-family dwelling being operated as a business within the single-family residential zoning district, and how an accessory of a pool is not in compliance with the ordinance. The presentation Ms. Cutter showed in the packet is more of a sales pitch for her vacation rental by owner customers, more so than the issue at hand. We think it is great she has made a significant investment and provides a quality experience for her renters, but further expanding the density and use of this complex within the R1D district and our Park Avenue neighborhood is not appropriate. The applicant indicates she still plans a house. The likely reason no site plan has been submitted, although she has had since February to submit one, is all the required things to make this property viable to continue to rent it out will simply not fit on the lot. If a house were to be built, the following items would need to be incorporated. A new house with setbacks that meet the ordinance. The proposed swimming pool. Parking for up to 9 cars. The current property requires stocking, and the new house would require at least 2 more. Proper screening of 6 trash dumpsters and the recently installed fire pit. Allowing this variance will cause a bigger variance in violation of the zoning law to be dealt with in the future. Extraordinary circumstances listed by the applicant is COVID-19. We find this insulting and inaccurate. Healthcare workers, grocery store workers, teachers, first responders, and those directly affected by this virus have hardship. Not being able to hire a contractor so you can increase how much rent you charge is not a hardship. Not following through on submitting a site plan and being notified in March, the zoning ordinance requires, it is not a hardship. This issue is completely a result of poor planning. She ordered the pool, had it delivered without checking the zoning requirements.
Yeah,
the variance would just...
Excuse me. You got 30 seconds to finish up. We've got the letter, and you're reading the letter, and we've already read the letter. So we understand your concerns, and we thank you for calling.
The variance would just kick the can down the road and delay a bigger, more impactful variance than the one requested. We would urge you members of the Zoning Board of Appeals to deny the zoning variance requested based on the applicant's incomplete application and not having demonstrated any extraordinary circumstances or hardship. Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you. Next caller, please. Good evening. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Bob Sherman. I live at 50 North Shore Drive. I have a comment and a question. The property as it currently exists is really very attractive and oriented towards outdoor activities with a very large, attractive deck in front. Recently installed fire pit in the back. Very attractive. The pool will add significantly to that outdoor attraction. And with the existing residences and the new one, I'm not sure, but I'm going to estimate well over 20 people can be accommodated, perhaps as many as 25. All those people outside at these various locations, the porch, the fire pit, the pool, creates significant amount of noise that affects quality of life for those adjoining the property. So that's a reason to deny the variance request, in my opinion. Second is a question, and that is 2 years is a long time, and much can happen in that time period. What recourse does the city have? What recourse can the zoning board of appeals put into any approval that would speak to failure to build a house in 2 years? What happens if the applicant does not build that house? What recourse does the city have? I'll appreciate your answer.
Thank you for your comments. And we'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Next caller, please.
We have no other callers at this time.
We have one other letter from a Jim Glass, who owns a house at 264 Park Avenue. I've rented one of the cottages that now belongs to Marta Peter. At the time I rented, there was one large house set from Lake Shore and 2 units in the rear that were built right up to the property line and could only be accessed from Park Avenue. Parking was congested and often required parking on the lawn. If I'm reading the application correctly, it leads me to believe that a house will be built lot sometime in the future. I cannot picture how a pool, required parking, driveway to the parking, and house could possibly fit on a 66 by 132 foot lot. The lot coverage on parcel C15, Park C, what is currently allowed in R1B. If it weren't for 257 Park Avenue, lot being vacant, the owner could not provide the required parking for the rented cottages. If this variance were to be granted, that would prevent anyone with an empty lot to place a shed on it and claim it as a house and that would be built in the future. I believe the hardship is self-created by purchasing a pool prior to checking with the zoning restrictions. Jim Glass. Are there any other comments, any other callers? And
No callers at this time.
I think so. Motion.
Mr. Chairman, Tom Stegman.
Yes, Tom.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
Thank you, Tom.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia, may we please have the roll? You're muted, Marcia. There you go.
Miller,
Yes.
Stegman,
Yes.
Gaston. Gaston,
I
Wake
can
up.
turn it off. Okay, yes.
Wake up, girl.
No, it's
Heineck,
Me? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
McHugh,
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes. Public hearing is now closed. I would entertain a motion, the zoning board of appeals to send this over to the planning commission, who will hear the applicant's request and discuss amongst the commission and determine if this is significant reason to amend the zoning board and planning commission, then write a report of their findings and opinions to the zoning board of appeals for action.
Mr. Chairman, it's Larry.
Yes, Larry.
I recommend that I make the motion that the Zoning Board of Appeals refer this application to the Planning Commission for review to determine whether this case is significant enough to justify amending the zoning ordinance.
Tom Stegman, I'll second that.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia? You're muted.
Sorry, I have to finish typing this stuff or I'll forget it. Okay, Gaston,
Yes.
Heinig,
Yes.
McHugh,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Stegman,
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes. This will be sent over to the Planning Commission for further review, and they'll come back with a recommendation, and at their next meeting, we will have a vote on that.
Yes, we'll have a second public hearing at the end of that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. This brings us to item number 10, 337 North Shore Drive, and we received a letter from Kathy McDonald, the property owner. She would like to withdraw her request, the variance request for the ZBA meeting on July 27th. So she is withdrawing her request. So at this time, the public hearing is still open on this matter. At this time, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing on 337 North Shore.
Mr. Chairman, this is Larry. I move we close the public hearing on 337 North Shore Drive.
Tom Stegman, I'll second that.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia?
Heinig,
Yes.
McHugh,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Stegman,
Yes.
Gaston,
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes. Public hearing is now closed on 337 North Shore. This brings us to item number 11, board member staff comments. And tonight we'll start with Mr. Stegman.
Well, tonight I'm going to be quiet. I have nothing to say.
All righty. Larry?
With regard to the Keast request, I'm pleased that we have been given the authority to make some judgments where apparently other agencies cannot make any judgments and are stuck with a line drawn on a piece of paper, and people have to live with that. So thank you for using your judgment and making a good decision.
Gaston?
No comment.
And Mr. Miller?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my fellow commissioners for a good meeting. It was well run. It was expedited. It was done right, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Sarah?
No comments this evening. Thank you.
And no comments from me, except for the fact that last time I said it was the last virtual meeting, and I was wrong. I'm wrong sometimes, not often. All righty. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Marcia?
McHugh,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Stegman,
Yes.
Gaston,
Yes.
Heinig,
Yes.
Runkle.
Yes, we are adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you next.